just starting to work on, in fact, we've got a temporary sign, is our area called the Mount. And the Mount here, as you see here, this is a sacred space. It's a place for contemplation, meditation, time to talk to God, but also, very importantly, to listen to God. And that's what we do so often here, is to be able to say, God, what have you got for me today? And this is what we're doing here. Yeah, we're walking up with me. Come and follow me, and we'll see more of what is available here to people who want to sit and listen and meditate and talk to God. Nestled just on a small acreage of our property, about 5 acres here. We've dedicated this area, which will be starting to expand over the next couple of years. There's beautiful seats, there's a nice cross area, and a beautiful staircase. Very, very pretty. So this is the area where the 3 crosses are. And the idea is to be able to sit on this beautiful bench and contemplate these crosses and ask the question, which cross do you identify with? Are you identifying with Jesus on the cross? Are you a Christian and you're looking for his direction? Or have you rejected Christ to this point in your life? Are you at a point where you're just making a decision and you know that there's something in Jesus that needs to be paid attention to? And that's the idea of the 3 crosses, just to identify. Are you understanding what the cross of Christ means in your life? Are you wrestling with that? And where is that taking you right now? So this is our area, and we call it the Mount, sacred place at Kawkawa. It's a beautiful little spot. Last year, when it was the last night of our senior teens camp, we lined this area with 300 tea lights, so it was absolutely beautiful in the evening, and just enough so you could just barely see what was going on. And then on either side of the pathway, we lined all the teenagers up, so the girls were on one side and the guys were on the other. And then down at the base, there was the 3 crosses. And what we did with the 3 crosses, a couple of staff members grabbed hold of the crosses and they put them on their backs and they carried them up here with the aid of all of the kids. And then we erected the crosses here that night, and the whole thing was done in silence. It was absolutely beautiful, a very memorable time. And then after that, we took it over to the kids left in silence, and they went all over to the campsite and the campfire. And during the campfire time, usually it takes about an hour or so to have campfire, but many of the kids stayed till very, very late in the evening, just dealing with some of the aspects in their lives. Some of the counselors were there, and it was a very memorable time when we erected these crosses. And I think it'll live on for many years as these young people have had the opportunity to deal with some of the things in their lives that society throws at us. And it's very important to be able to have a place like this where they can come and they can be themselves. It's a safe place. They can talk to God, they can talk to others. And God does amazing work in a place like this. So we're very blessed. One of the things that we've always known is that Christian camps, retreats, and conference centers, it's a place where young people come to know Jesus Christ and to know him for the first time. Often they make a decision here at a camp to follow Jesus Christ. And one of the things that we've always also noticed is that many people who have gotten into full-time service, missionaries and pastors and people like this, have often had an opportunity to come to a place like a camp and just get away from everything and be able to go ahead and to talk to God. Sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's just an opportunity to be able to slow down and have an opportunity to talk with God. And this is what this place is all about. We've got a beautiful area out here at camp where there are seats and there are some crosses and some benches, and it's an opportunity for people just to talk to God about where they're at in their lives. They might have decisions they want to make. They might have an opportunity to be able to ask God a question. And this is a place where you stop the rest of the world. You just come to a place like this, and you can talk to God, and he will answer. And when we draw near to God, God draws near to us. and this is a place to do that. And so we've appreciated what we've got going on here. There's some beautiful areas here at camp as you overlook through this fantastic forest and the lake and things like that. It just gives you an opportunity to be able to talk to God and to have Him talk to you back in His own way. Sometimes it's a whisper, sometimes it's a thought, sometimes it's an audible voice. But we've been very blessed here, and we want to bring glory and honor to God for what we do here. These benches are from some of the large logs and trees that were on the property. And we've had an individual go ahead and cut these into benches, so it's an opportunity to come here. And it's a safe place where people can come and just spend some time alone in contemplation and meditation and be able to go ahead and talk to God. And this has been very instrumental in many people's lives at many places. And this is a place now that we've dedicated for this, and we'll continue to build more and more of this as time goes on. One of the most important things that we can teach our young people these days is discernment, and especially spiritual discernment. Knowing the simple right from wrong, the good from bad. And when we do that in a place like this, those lessons not only find a true home, but they're repeated often. And they go ahead and they allow those people to be able to make decisions and to lead others in those decisions in life. And that's very powerful. And this is what we want to do here, is look at the issues that are going on in our everyday lives and then give biblical answers. And think biblically about everything is what we really have been told, and we really appreciate that. That's an opportunity for us to share that with other people here, so they can go ahead and learn what it is to rely on the Bible and God's Word and His principles for everyday answers in life.
Lady, and my family just had the most wonderful couple of days here at Camp Kawkawa here in Hope, British Columbia. We went boating, kayaking, pedal biking, canoeing, swimming, and then up here, what do? We shot the gun, we drew the axe, we did the archery. The food was amazing. Wayne and all the whole staff were so welcoming, and great that it's open. And if your family would like to come up and just enjoy Kawkawa together, or next summer book your kids in here, or your church or your youth group for a wonderful retreat getaway. I'm thrilled to discover this little treasure called Camp Kawkawa here, and it was such a blessing. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, staff. And God bless you all.